Good morning, class. Today I will teach you on allotropy of carbon. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So I have divided my presentation in these topics. First we will know about what is allotropy. Then we will know who shows this property. After that, allotropes of carbon, and then crystalline forms of those allotropes. In between them, we will know about diamond, graphite and fullerene. After that, we will know about amorphous forms of carbon. In there we have carbon black, charcoal, at last but not the least, coke or coal. So at first, we should know that what is allotropy, right? Allotropy is the property of some chemical elements to exist in two or more different forms known as allotropes of these elements. Allotropes generally are different structural modification of the same element. So the basic element is same, but it's showing some different existence in our nature. Those existence are called allotropes of that particular element. In our nature, we have several elements which shows this property of allotrope. So, which are those elements? Basically, carbon, oxygen, sulfur, tin, phosphorus show this property. All of the above said elements have allotropes. Today we will know about the allotropes of carbon. Okay. So in this slide, you can see I have divided the allotropes of carbon in two separate things. First one is crystalline and the second one is amorphous. In the crystalline forms we have diamond, graphite and fullerenes, and in the amorphous forms we have coke, carbon black and charcoal. So now we will know about each of these items. Okay, let's first discuss about the crystalline forms of the carbon. So in the crystalline forms we have diamond, graphite and fullerene. So the first allotrope of carbon is diamond. It's a crystalline one and it is the most well known allotropes of carbon. We have all heard about this. As we all know, it is useful in jewelry purposes and also in industrial purposes. It is the hardest known natural element in our nature. The only thing which is harder than this is boron carbide, which is not our topic of discussion for today. As diamond is the hardest natural element in our nature, so it is basically used in cutting, drilling, grinding and polishing. You can literally cut everything with this diamond. And as we all know, we use diamond to cut glasses in industrial purposes. After the diamond, we have another allotropes of carbon named graphite. Unlike the diamond, graphite is an electrical conductor, so it can conduct electricity. Basically, graphite has a layered structure. A single layer of graphite is called graphene, and in this layer, each carbon atom is bonded to three other carbon atoms to give a hexagonal rings, and those links are joined to each other. And this layer of rings, hexagonal rings, can slide upon one another, and for that reason Graphite is soft and slippery, and for these purposes and for this reason it is used as a dry lubricant. Okay, so after the graphite, what we have fullerene, and as you can see in the picture, it looks like just a football, but wait a minute, it's not a football. In the fullerene, the carbon atoms are arranged in hexagons and pentagons to give a spherical structure just similar to a football. As you can see in the picture, there is some hexagonal rings and there is some pentagon in that rings. Each carbon here is sp2 hybridized, and it also can conduct electricity slightly, just slightly, like graphite. As here also we have some delocalized electrons, and it is under study for potential medicinal use in cancer. So it is fullerene, or you can say Buckminster fullerene. So after the crystalline one, now we will know about the amorphous forms of the carbon. In the amorphous form, we have carbon black, charcoal, and coke or coal. So in first we have carbon black, which is obviously an amorphous form. So what is carbon black? A group of intensely black, finely divided forms of amorphous carbon, usually obtained as soot from partial combustion of hydrocarbons. It is used in automobile tires, rubber industries, as a protective coatings, plastics, and resistor of electronic circuits. Why it is used? It increases wear and abrasion. For that reason, it is used in above said cases. After the carbon black, what we have? We have charcoal. Charcoal is a lightweight black carbon residue produced by strongly heating wood in minimal oxygen to remove all the water and all the volatile constituents from it. It's basically used in purposes including art and medicine. We have all heard about activated charcoal, right? In those cases, it is used as medicine or some makeup accessories, and most importantly, it is used as a metallurgical fuel. Due to its high surface area, it is used as a filter, as a catalyst, or as an absorbent. Okay, so these are the uses of charcoal. At last, from the amorphous forms, what we have? We have coke or coal. So what is coke? It is basically sought after energy source. It has the highest reserve and is often the cheapest of the all fuel options. It is basically the fossil fuel created from the remains of a plant that lived under the sea. Basically, it is used as a fuel in maximum of the industrial purposes, or even we use coke or coal to produce electricity. Okay guys, at last I want to end my presentation with a thank you note. Thank you all for giving your important time to hear my presentation. Thank you again.